How much does it cost your family if you die without a will? Imagine your loved ones facing unexpected expenses and delays just because you didn't make a plan. Not having a will can turn what should be a peaceful transition into a complicated process. When someone dies without a will, their estate is divided according to state law, not their personal wishes. This process is called intestate succession, and it can cost your family both time and money. First, there are direct costs. The estate must go through probate, which is a court process to settle debts and distribute assets. Probate costs depend on how much your estate is worth. For example, if your estate is under $10,000, the court fee might be around $45. But if your estate is over $500,000, the fee can be over $1,250. Larger estates usually pay higher court fees. Legal fees are another big expense. An attorney helps the court and your family by gathering financial documents, proving family relationships, and handling court appearances. These legal costs can range from a few $100s for simple estates to several thousand for complex ones. Administrative costs also add up, including appraisals, notifying creditors, and managing assets. If your estate is large or there are disagreements, these costs can increase quickly. Overall, probate expenses can take anywhere from 3% to 20% of your estate's value. That means a significant chunk of your assets could be spent on fees before your family receives anything. Now let's talk about the indirect costs. When there is no will, the law decides who gets what. If you are married and have children, your spouse might get the first $50,000 plus half of the remaining estate, with children sharing the rest. If you have no spouse or children, your parents might inherit everything. If there are no parents, siblings or more distant relatives could end up with your assets. If no relatives are found, the estate goes to the state. This system may not match your wishes. For example, if you want to leave money to a friend, a charity, or a stepchild, they might get nothing. The process can also take months or even years, especially if there are disputes or distant relatives to find. During this time, your loved ones might not have access to funds they need for living expenses or medical bills. Plus, inheriting assets without a plan can affect government benefits. If a family member receives an inheritance, it could disqualify them from programs like Medicaid or supplemental security income. The best way to avoid these costs is to plan ahead. Creating a will ensures your assets go to the people or organizations you care about. It can reduce legal fees, speed up the process, and prevent unnecessary stress for your family. Without a will, your loved ones could face higher expenses, long delays, and outcomes you might not want. Planning your estate is a simple step that can make a big difference for those you leave behind.